Hey, I'm Virgo and this is Psychedelic Actualization. On this channel we talk about topics like self-realization, self-actualization and working with psychedelics to live a more authentic and fulfilling life. So today I'm gonna report back about my experience of taking LSD 5 days in a week. So it was on the Ozora 2022 festival in Hungary near Budapest, and it was my first festival experience. You can see my thoughts about festivals and what I was thinking of this festival right here. Click the link to see that video, and in this video I'm gonna report back about my psychedelic experience there. I was sticking to LSD and Changa. I have not been experimenting with anything else, and I think it felt good that way, because there are a lot of substances on these festivals going around, being offered to you, and I think you really have to be like centered and in your own alignment and clear about the intentional and safe use of these substances, so you can have a good time and even thrive from those experiences instead of being traumatized by these experiences. So I was sticking to LSD. I was at the festival ground a few days before the festival started, and then when the festival started on the first day, where the opening ceremony was, I took some LSD. I started with 100 micrograms, 1 drop, to just feel into the experience, and my intention was just to be open, to surrender to the flow, and just to see what it is all about. So we were like a big group of like 30 people, and we wanted to kind of see the opening ceremony together. So we walked a little bit around, and of course like 30 people, well, like almost 25 people are on LSD. That's not gonna work to be a group anymore. So we slowly split it up, and then we were 10 people, and we did a little kind of and sharing circle in the dome, and after that we were just like five people left at the end. I think at the end we were just like four people left, me and 3 other people that I've been with, running into that main stage opening ceremony, which was crazy. Just like waiting for the opening on the come up, like almost during the peak of the experience, was really intense. It was like, okay, what is going on here? Why are like 50,000 people around me waiting to run into that space? What is happening? And I was just like, I could understand how it can get kind of overwhelming, but it was fun for me just to observe that, just to experience it. And then the opening came, we ran into that space and danced for a little bit. And then we had like a great journey, just like exploring the festival ground, like going from place to place and talking about our experiences. We even like smoked Changa. That first night I facilitated a Changa ceremony with a good friend, and he had his kind of first breakthrough experience with DMT, and I had a really interesting DMT experience too, which I'm gonna talk about in another video. So if you want to see that, definitely subscribe to the channel. Even if you want to see like live experiences of me exploring DMT on LSD, I'm gonna share all that openly and authentically on this channel, so definitely stick around for that if you're interested in those experiences and learning how to use these experiences in a safe manner to live a authentic and fulfilling life. So we had the Changa ceremony, and we just had a great night together exploring the whole festival ground, because I think it has been all of our, from the group of 4 people, all of our first time Ozora experience, kind of. And yeah, I've been staying up for the whole night, just like watching the sunrise even, which was really beautiful. And yeah, the second day I decided to take some more LSD, because like the sunrise came, I watched a beautiful, beautiful sunrise. And then I went to sleep a little bit, rest a little bit, and the next evening it is kind of possible to get enough rest to feel fresh again, to journey again. And I never ever did that in my whole kind of life, these back-to-back experiences. And I think those back-to-back experiences can be really valuable, especially I think when you do them alone, with the intention of exploring your spirituality and your consciousness a little bit deeper. But even on festivals, I think it's a good way. It's a good way to discover your own kind of limits and your own kind of inner feeling and resonance of the intentional use of these substances. So the second day I felt into it and I was like, okay, I'm ready, I'm gonna double the dose. I'm gonna take 2 drops of LSD. And it was really, really good LSD. So the 2 drops, and the experience was even stronger than the day before. I don't know how that thing with the tolerance works, but usually it should be like around the same. So, but the experience was a lot stronger for me on those 2 drops. And my intention for this time was to really go deep into that kind of psytrance style of music and really try to understand what it is all about. And I kind of got a little bit into it, and I kind of see now and I kind of appreciate now this kind of style of music, of psytrance. But it still doesn't fully resonate with me. But I really enjoyed like the experience of my whole body vibrating from the vibrations of the beats from these big music boxes. So that was a really interesting experience, and I've been like trying to get into that trance state of just like dancing a little bit. But I couldn't fully open up. But like some experiences were really nice. For example, with the Highlight Tribe, which was a really beautiful live concert. And I think the whole night was just like exploring and going with different groups of people to different places, exploring the art gallery, for example, on LSD, like going deep into art, into psychedelic art, and watching it on psychedelics was never something that I did before. So that was a really beautiful experience to go into deeper layers of art and the appreciation of art and what some psychedelic artists bring back from those experiences onto paper is really, really amazing. There's some really, really beautiful art out there that captures the psychedelic experience and with which you can connect really, really deeply. Especially like those pictures where they have painted the faces of like some spirits, and you can do like eye gazing with them and look them deep into the eyes, and this whole picture consumes you and takes you into other dimensions. So that was a really beautiful experience. So the third day I was kind of inspired to do like a 7-day LSD experience and take LSD for 7 days straight. I was inspired by a German YouTube fellow, Set and Setting. Greetings out to you. I met him like on the second day even, but just like for 5 minutes, and after I didn't see him again. But a great guy. If you're German, you should definitely check out his channel if you don't know him already. Set and Setting. And he inspired me to kind of try this 7-day LSD experiment on Ozora, because he's done it a couple of times before and has reported his experiences back on his channel. So, but the third day I stayed up till the sunrise again, and the third day my body was like really tired. I've been resting the whole day, and even the night everybody was like, yeah, let's go again, let's take something again. And every night there's always crazy stuff going on a festival. There's always stuff to do and to experience. But my body was really telling me like, okay, and my mind too was like, should I kind of want to, but it was telling me, no, this is not the time to journey again. This could turn bad if you're not in the right mindset and you don't feel the call to work with the medicine and work with these substances, then don't do it. So I did a little rapé ceremony to really feel into myself, and I was like, okay, I'm out for today. I cannot do like 7 days in a row. I need 1 day of rest today. So I had 1 day of rest, which was really needed and really nice. I slept the whole night. And the next day I felt refreshed and ready again for another experience. And I was thinking, like, how much should I take now? Should I take 2, 3, 4? Should I double the dose? Because I've had 1 day of break, but usually the tolerance is like for a week. And I don't know how it works with the tolerance. So I decided to go for 3 and to dose for carbon-based life forms live concert, which was amazing. So I took 3 drops of LSD, and the experience was even stronger than the 2 drops 2 days before that. So that was kind of interesting to it was not as strong as 3 drops would have been, I think, without the other days of those experiences, but it was still a very intense experience. I danced a little bit. I was laying down, just like experiencing the music of carbon-based life forms. Really great band for psychedelic experiences, and I was experiencing them live and having a deep inner journey, and it showed me like an appreciation of life and a reflection of my life purpose, of my life, and of being human, and just like this whole inner journey of just like laying down and going really deep within with this music, which was really beautiful. I even smoked some changa, which showed me, like, I don't get them often, but this one kind of was like a very light experience, but I just took like 1 or 2 tokes of a changa joint. But I had like a really nice experiences, seeing even closed eye visual geometry, which I don't experience that often with DMT. That was really nice. And then I think the whole night has just been, I don't even remember. A journey. It's been an experience. It's been a journey. And I think with those kinds of experiences, I kind of wish I would have journaled about them and like captured every single detail. But the whole festival experience in and of itself, and of taking 5 days of LSD and a little bit of changa, I feel like the integration process kind of happens automatically. It's like not something that you have to struggle with to integrate it, but that it's like this, when you take and accept and embrace that whole experience fully, it kind of integrates itself automatically. I mean, there are kind of techniques for psychedelic integration, which I'm going to talk about in the future a lot more, but I felt like this kind of, it is there to be experienced. It is an experience to be had, and it is not that important to remember like every single detail and every single insight that you've had about society, about life, about yourself, because the main points are gonna stick to your being, and they're gonna integrate themselves into your baseline level of consciousness. At least that's how I experienced this after these experiences, because it is a lot of sensory input, even with these festivals, with like all this kind of crazy music and all these kind of visuals and all this input, just like sensory input, sensory overload. It is kind of too much for the mind to remember everything on so many experiences, even like enhanced through these substances like LSD. But the integration kind of happens naturally, I think. And it's like the whole experience kind of gave me a clearer picture and a push of inspiration. So that was really nice. The next day I went a little bit down because I didn't want to have deeper and deeper and deeper journeys anymore. I took 2 drops and went shopping. I bought some nice clothes and had like a LSD shopping experience, which I've never had before, which is also kind of fun and nice. I can recommend it if you're like familiar with the space of psychedelics, of course, and a little bit more experienced. It's a nice experience. So I went shopping. And shopping on LSD is kind of difficult because when I bought some stuff, I was like just like all over the place, and I just left my stuff that I just bought in the store and went on to next store, and three stops later I noticed like, oh, where's my bag with all my stuff that I bought? I went back, got the bag, and kind of that happened for like 3 or 4 times, which was kind of scary because I thought I lost all my stuff. So that was kind of a fun experience. I was, just doing stuff that you kind of do on a festival, watching fire shows, being in different kinds of stages, dancing to different kinds of music, having conversations with friends. And this kind of setting is like set to be an experience that goes into the outside, which can be really nice, and you have fun visuals and all those kind of fun psychedelic experiences that are enhanced through the whole setting of the festival. But I still prefer definitely to don't do that as much or as often, but to really set the intention to go deep within to myself and use these medicines in a respectful and intentional way for self-exploration and self-realization. And I think, for me at least, the best way to do that is alone, and preferably maybe even in nature. But still, very interesting to experience those substances in such a setting with crowded places, a lot of people around, a lot of vibrations coming in, and being like more in the outside. And then the last day I took some other LSD, which was kind of weird. Some friends had like some really intense, beautiful experiences and colorful experiences. But for me, like the last day, it felt kind of weird on my body. And I couldn't really fully let go into the experience or enjoy the experience. So I guess I just like went through it. I was riding through it and eating really early. So the experience kind of flattened out really early. So yeah, very interesting experiences overall. Oh, on the last day I smoked some changa to spongle life. It was not like real spongle, but like one of their music producers or something, and she played kind of remixes from spongle, and I was smoking DMT changa through those experiences, through those songs, especially when the song like Divine Moments of Truth came. I smoked some changa for the first time in like such a crowded setting, and it was quite intense. It was really, really, really intense. Everybody, my whole body was kind of vibrating. Kind of visions were coming at me while I was kind of in this trance of dancing and surrendering to the experience and letting go into the music. And all those people were around me, and it was quite intense. Like I was barely even able to stand and to continue standing, and just like went through that really intense experience, which filled me still with gratitude. I don't know, like sometimes it's really difficult with like specific lessons from these DMT experiences. But the overall feeling of it was was amazing. It was really astonishing. And that was it. The last day, Sunday, I was resting and I was not having any psychedelic experience. So that was my experience of experiencing LSD 5 times in 6 days, with a little bit of changa here and there, and a little bit of rapé here and there. And it was a nice experience. I never experienced such a heavy psychedelic use before, but I was not feeling exhausted after those experiences. And I think that is the most important part. Like, listen to your body, listen to your mind, listen to your resonance and your heart, and feel into it when you're doing such a thing, to really be clear about your use and I think it is still important to have an intention for every single ceremony, for every single experience you have. Even if it's just like to get into a trance state while dancing and having fun. That is your intention that can kind of guide your experience. Because when you're just taking it without knowing what to do, or whom you will spend time with, or like, you can get lost really easily in those places. But when you do it responsibly, you can thrive from those experiences, and they can fill you up with inspiration and energy, which it did for me. So I came out of that festival, I came out of those experiences even more inspired, even more energized, not exhausted at all, because I got my rest. I was eating good, and like, I was following the safety guidelines and preparing my mind and my set for those experiences to get the most out of them. And still, like, unexpected, surprising stuff happens, and you wander off into different places. But overall, the experience was really, really nice. So I hope you enjoyed this trip report, and it's so interesting to report it back like this, because most people go like, and they go the other way around. They discover psychedelics and the psychedelic use through fun and through festivals, and then they maybe continue on their journey to go a little bit deeper and journey by themselves alone in nature. But for me, it was the other way around. I started with exploring these things for self-discovery and for self-realization and self-actualization alone by myself. And then I kind of expanded my repertoire of experiences to fun and to festivals. And I think it's been a good way like that. And I still prefer to use them alone. At least for now. I don't know how times will change my perspective. But that's been my experience. How has your experience been? Have you ever experienced something like that? Have you ever did LSD or any other substance back to back every single day? Have you done it in a retreat setting, like alone, or with a couple of friends, or in a festival setting? How have your experiences been at festivals and consuming psychedelics at festivals? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's get the conversation going. Let's get that feeling of family and community going through our communications. I really appreciate that. And I thank you so much for being here, for watching this video, and for following along on this journey. If you want to follow my journey a little bit more, there's going to be amazing stuff coming. We're just like at the beginning of exploring this infinite space of infinite potential and beauty. And we're going to explore it together and go this journey together in a safe way to live the most authentic and fulfilling human experience we can live. And that is really beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All the love to you, all the blessings to you. Subscribe if you want to follow along. I would really appreciate it. Great things are coming. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on Instagram in Psychedelic Actualization. Follow me on Facebook. Or you can donate via PayPal. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next one.